Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over. Some miscellaneous Pokemon updates have been announced. We also have some potential hints towards a new trailer for Legends ZA being showcased in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct tomorrow. And as well as that, we've got some other Switch 2 stuff to go over, pre-order rumors, all that jazz. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's quickly go over the miscellaneous Pokemon updates. So the first one comes to us from Pokemon TCG Pocket. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon TCG Pocket has had its monthly refresh, adding shiny Charizard cosmetic items into the premium shop. The Sprigatito promo is also now available through premium missions. So yeah, it's just your monthly premium pass. It's like $7.99, something like that. And you get obviously the missions, pack hourglasses, you get the card, and then you get some pretty cool sort of cosmetic items as well. And as always, Pokemon Pocket channel in the description down below if you haven't seen it already. So that's the Pokemon Pocket update, and then moving on, we have a new Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet update. This is regarding the competitive kind of things, the rank side of things, stuff like that. Got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet ranked battle season 29 has begun, the final to use the Regulation G rule set, and this runs until the 30th of April 23:59 UTC. Of course, these new sort of ranked month battles start at the start of the month because that's how it always has been. So that's all the updates regarding Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon TCG Pocket. Coming up next, let's take a look at these potential hints towards a new Pokemon Legends ZA trailer being showcased in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct tomorrow. So we've got Soul Silver right here tweeting out saying this could be huge news, or it could just be that Toshigi is excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. But given his past few tweets, I think Pokemon Legends ZA will be mentioned in next week's Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Of course, this tweet was posted last week, especially where he said info would be coming out little by little. So it's got to be the release date and possibly the box art. I think this game will come out late September or early October. They need to start selling pre-orders. We need a release date. So I think Nintendo has been holding back the release date because they wanted to release the Nintendo Switch 2 info first, and I think that Pokemon Legends ZA will get an upgraded Nintendo Switch 2 version of ZA, which was not only teased in the Terra League, but the possibility of this was announced in last week's Direct. Lastly, we know from insider information that Legends ZA has been ready for months and was pushed back to later this year, and we didn't know why. But many people believe that it's because it was a Switch 1 game that they now updated for the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's now all but confirmed June release. We shall see if this theory proves true. So this was the post from Toshigi Haruka, who of course is the director of Pokemon Legends ZA. Pokisutami noticed that he said, 3 days left, I can't wait. It's been about 8 years since the Nintendo Switch was launched. So why is this special? Well, it's because he did the exact same thing with the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct. So he posted saying, where is it? Somewhere here. So yeah, he said basically the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct, he kind of reposted it saying, you know, wow, wow, or whatever. And why else would he kind of repost something unless he wanted you to watch it? And lo and behold, we had Pokemon Legends ZA news in that Nintendo Direct. So he has done that again with the Nintendo Switch 2. So does that mean that he's posting this because he wants people to watch it, because we're going to get Pokemon Legends ZA news in it? Or is it simply just because he's a massive Nintendo fan and he can't wait for the Nintendo Switch 2? So that's kind of where we're at. We have had evidence of him doing it and getting a trailer beforehand, so obviously it's getting people a little bit excited. From a personal opinion, I'm a lot less confident about there being Legends ZA news in this Switch 2 Direct tomorrow than I was about the Switch 1 Direct. I was hopeful for the Switch 1 Direct because it was going over Switch 1 games. It was the last ever Nintendo Switch Direct. Pokemon Legends ZA, as well as like Metroid Prime, were like the only fully announced Nintendo Switch 1 game. So it was likely that they were going to include that. And then as well as the director saying, you know, to watch it or whatever, a lot of kind of arrows pointed to us getting information then. For the Nintendo Switch 2, it's just going over Nintendo Switch 2 games and Nintendo Switch 2 hardware. Pokemon Legends ZA is not a Nintendo Switch 2 game, but we now know that enhanced versions are very much something that Nintendo are doing. They literally told us it, probably by accident, last week, after the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct, saying that, you know, there were going to be enhanced versions of the Nintendo Switch 2. So they said Nintendo Switch 2 games and Nintendo, like, Switch 2 enhanced games. So for me, Legends ZA surely has to get an enhanced version because they want Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch 2 as soon as possible. They might do one for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There was that big leak on 4chan ages ago that got all of the DLC right, got Ogerpon right, got Terrapagos right, got Walking Wake right, got Iron Leaves right, and they said that Scarlet and Violet was going to get an enhanced version for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I would not be surprised to see that, but Pokemon Legends EA is the new Pokemon game. Scarlet and Violet's been out for, 3 years now and counting, so they're going to want ZA to be on it. So, as well as obviously it being in the Terra leak, that we were going to potentially get an enhanced version. So a lot of things are pointing us to getting an enhanced version for the Nintendo Switch 2. And if that's the case, you'd like to think they're going to showcase it in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct tomorrow. Because they want Mario in that, they want Pokemon in that, they want all the big sellers, Legend of Zelda, potentially Animal Crossing. They want everything in the biggest Nintendo Direct of all time, which is tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I was more confident about it being in the Switch 1 Direct, but if we are getting this enhanced version, then it will be revealed tomorrow, and you'd like to think they're going to drop the release date as well, because, as Soul Silverrod says, we do need that sort of information. We do also have Post2Tommy kind of posting this as well, saying, Toshiki Haruka, the director of Pokemon Legends EA, this will be his debut as the head director, saying information is releasing little by little. So considering we got new information on the 27th of February and now today on the 27th of March, obviously regarding the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct in the Japanese time zone anyway, I think it's highly likely we'll be getting at least one trailer or some type of news released a month. After a year of waiting, it's going to be steady rain of info. So are we going to get 3 trailers in 5 weeks for Pokemon Legends EA after getting nothing for a year? Potentially, because this is a massive year for Nintendo and it's a massive year for Pokemon. Not as big as next year, but I don't see why not, because they still haven't revealed any new Mega Evolutions. They haven't revealed the release date, the box art, any of the other characters really, apart from obviously the ones that we've seen, but any of the returning characters apart from AZ. And there's a lot of information they can drip feed us, and it doesn't have to be a crazy trailer tomorrow. It can literally just be the gameplay we've seen, but on the Switch 2, and then the release date. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm hopeful. There's reasons as to why we will get news tomorrow, but there's also reasons as to why we won't. So let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think we're going to get ZA information in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct tomorrow, or do you think it's just going to be that until maybe the later parts of April or maybe even May? Coming up next, let's talk Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders. So this was a post from Switch 2 Stock saying Switch 2 rumors, Switch 2 pre-orders start at 10 a.m. ET on April the 2nd, $399. So this is the post that they're kind of reiterating there, saying a trusted restock tracker believes the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders will start next week. So this was posted on 25th of March. So basically, they're saying that it's going to start on the day of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So they're saying, well, there's been an update here, but let's go over the original article first, saying in a new write-up on the shortcut, Swider suggests the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order date is likely Wednesday, the 2nd of April 2025, and also that he believes the pre-order time will be at 10 a.m. ET, which is after the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Swider speculates that at this time, Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, and Target will all begin taking pre-orders of the Nintendo Switch 2 console. Swider's logic for this pre-order date and time is fairly simple and certainly seems rational. Nintendo will be holding the aforementioned Nintendo Direct presentation on April the 2nd at 9 a.m. ET, and Switch 2 pre-orders dropping exactly 1 hour later would mimic the strategy deployed with the current Nintendo Switch more than 8 years ago. So the same source also suggests that Nintendo Switch 2 will cost $399, making it $50 more expensive than the Nintendo Switch OLED and $100 more than the first generation Nintendo Switch cost at launch. Additional tipsters have claimed a $399 price tag too. So ahead of the Nintendo Switch 2's full unveiling, one of the biggest questions is whether getting hold of a console will be as challenging as it was buying a PS5 or Xbox Series X in the months following their release. So those involved in the PS5 restock nightmare will remember how much of a struggle it was buying Sony's console at the time. Fortunately, Nintendo appears to be aware of the potential stock issues it could face And in an interview with the Japanese press, translated by VGC, Nintendo President Shintaro Furukawa said that we will take all possible measures based on the experience we have accumulated to date regarding scalpers and the like. We are making preparations. Nevertheless, it would be wise to be prepared if you want to secure a Nintendo Switch 2 at launch. Demand may outstrip initial supply levels. You can register your interest in the console at several retailers, including GameStop, Best Buy. I definitely recommend doing that today. Go to all your normal websites that you'd go to, register interest at all of them, because then you'll hopefully at least get one. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket and go to one website and register interest, because if you don't get it there, you then kind of, you're kind of stuck because you can't really go anywhere. So everywhere that you can, go and register interest if you want the Switch 2 as soon as it comes out, because these pre-orders are going to be flying off the shelves. And yes, they are dealing with scalpers, but it is still going to be difficult to, not difficult, but it's still going to be not easy to get. Plus, we'll be tracking Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders through launch and beyond in our dedicated hub. Let's hope that Nintendo's preparations are sufficient to ensure that everybody who wants to purchase a Nintendo Switch 2 at launch can do so without having to resort to overpaying on the reseller market. After all, there's nothing we dislike more at Tom's Guide than scalping. As for when the Switch 2 might actually be in our hands, the latest rumors indicate it could be set for launch in June. This report came by the way of Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming and would certainly make logical sense if the console is made available for pre-order next week. However, the supposed release month is also unconfirmed, so don't go booking your time off work to play the Switch 2 at launch just yet. And then we had an update to this as well, saying on the 27th of March, saying Best Buy Canada has confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders will begin on Wednesday, 2nd of April. It's time to get ready to lock in your orders. You've got less than a week till pre-orders begin. Interest in the Nintendo Switch 2 continued to skyrocket as we approach the upcoming Nintendo presentation dedicated for the console. The showcase is scheduled for obviously the 2nd of April, or at least it should be, where we get information on the Switch 2 pre-orders. According to the shortcuts Matt Swider, Swider is one of the internet's biggest restock trackers, having helped thousands of gamers secure hard-to-buy products such as PS5, Xbox, yada yada yada. So, pre-orders apparently starting tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. Go and register interest, otherwise you might not get it. But anyway, that's in regards to the pre-orders. And then finishing things off for today's video, we have this update to go over regarding the mouse functionality mode for the Nintendo Switch 2. So this was posted on VGC, saying a new video released by Nintendo is the surest indication yet that the Switch 2's Joy-Con will have a mouse mode. So even though it's basically confirmed anyway, we're very, very expecting, we're very, very likely to get it. We saw it, I guess, in the original trailer, them kind of showing it, I guess, scurrying away, using that mouse functionality. And we've had leakers say we're going to get it. This is kind of another reason as to why we're probably going to get it. But Switch 2 mouse controls look even more certain in Nintendo's latest video. A new promo video on the Switch Today app shows one Joy-Con in mouse mode. So during its official Switch 2 reveal video in January, which showed the Switch's successor for the first time, Nintendo showed numerous shots of the full console. This also indicates a short animation, this also includes, should I say, a short animation which appeared to tease the presence of mouse controls on the Switch 2's Joy-Cons. So Nintendo's original trailer appeared to show the Joy-Cons attaching to grips, then sliding across the ground, much like a mouse would, before detaching from their grips and attaching to the Switch 2 console. This lent further credence to previous reports that at least one of the new Joy-Con controllers has an optical sensor in it, similar to the one used by most optical mice. However, because Nintendo is yet to officially confirm it, and because the movement of the Joy-Con sliding across the floor could have simply been a stylized choice for that particular video, it can't yet be fully confirmed that the mouse controls are present on the Nintendo Switch 2. That confirmation comes even closer with the latest countdown video on the Nintendo Today app, which recently appeared for users in Japan, where it's already April the 1st. As viewed by VGC with our Japanese Switch account, the brief video, which should appear on the 1st of April on everyone else's Nintendo Today feed, which is today, says 1 day to go and shows a short animation of 3 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles set up in various configurations. So one shows the console in a handheld setup, another shows it docked with the Joy-Con grip, and then the other shows it in tabletop mode with the 2 Joy-Cons lying loose. One of the Joy-Cons is sitting on its side in the same position as the previous video, once again suggesting it's in some sort of mouse mode. all will hopefully be revealed on the 2nd of April, Wednesday, when the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct presentation finally is at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. ET, 2 p.m. BST, and 3 p.m. CEST. This is the second time the Nintendo Today app has caused discussion with its Nintendo Switch 2 imagery. Last week it showed an image of the hardware with a marking on its C button for the first time, which is what we covered in yesterday's video. So that's just kind of more confirmation that we are going to get mouse mode for this Nintendo console, and of course the pre-order stuff as well regarding the Switch 2. But we'll of course be streaming this tomorrow, bright and early. This is going to be the biggest Nintendo Direct we're ever going to have, like, well, not ever going to have, but that we've had so far. It is massive. It's huge. It's going to be a very, very exciting day tomorrow. I cannot wait, and I'm really hoping that we do see some Pokemon news as well. But if we don't, we're still going to see some blockbuster games like Mario Kart, probably a new 3D Mario game, maybe Animal Crossing, Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. It's going to be a great time. At the time I'm recording this, we don't know how long it's going to be. I'm hoping that is announced today. So hopefully it's a long direct. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything we covered today. The mouse mode, the pre-orders, the Pokemon Legends EA potentially going to be getting a trailer tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts on all that. And then, of course, the new sort of miscellaneous updates as well. But thank you for watching. Have a great day. And until next time, peace.